Shalom. Shalom. Let's see. Get my glasses on. All praise to the Most High. Salat. Yeah, like and share the video though. I want to start off by saying all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Shem Mashiach Yahushai. So all praise to Heavenly Father, name His only begotten Son, who we call Jesus Christ, who is the Messiah. Back at y'all with another live class. Send y'all family to this lesson instead of going to that filthy, disgusting whorehouse people call churches on Sundays. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are over there right now, but the true worshipers worship the Father, like it says, like Yahushua says. So that's what we doing. Appreciate it, brother. I got this shirt a while ago. I forgot where I got it, but you see the Lord's Most Wanted. See the boys here? You know what I mean? I'll be wearing this shirt in public sometimes. I'll be getting looks, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna go into this lesson real quick. I seen this buddy name. What's that dude's name? Oh yeah, this guy. You hit me up on IG, or you added me on IG, but you never said anything. So I guess you weren't serious about debating, but whatever. But yeah, you see the title, Are We Still in Slavery and Does It Still Exist? Now, if you follow our channel, we bring out a lot of information at camp, you know, as Most High wills. People ask questions, people talk about certain things, and we talk about certain things. But the main thing, no matter what age you are, people know that slavery happened in America. Younger Black kids, you know, Hispanics don't really know their history as much, but, you know, when you study, we know for a fact that at least they know the Spaniards came and conquered them for the most part. But most of the Northern Kingdom, they're okay with it. You know what I mean? They frown on people that don't speak Spanish, that are Latin or whatever the case may be. But it's just a shame. You wrote me. I don't know about all that. Let me see. Is there a hidden request? I forgot to hit the hidden request. No, you're not in there. Are you Uriah Bland? Uriah Bland wrote me, not you. Oh, that is you. Okay, so I didn't check that. Damn, I just seen it. My bad. Because like I said, it doesn't show up as a regular message since you're not my friend, even though I did add you. That's interesting. Well, shit. We can definitely do the debate after this lesson. But you gotta message me right now, though. Message me right now so we can go over what we're gonna talk about in the parameters. Because I had this already set up, but let's see what we got. Because that's not that hard of a debate, obviously. Shalom, Garland. Oh yeah, shalom, everybody else too. I don't know why it shows my reception not that stable, but we're gonna go with the flow. All right, where should we start? Let's start with the Bible. You know, let's bring out this. This is, you know, obviously our people from the ancient world. Baruch, the scribe of Jeremiah, if you didn't know. Let's just read what he says real quick, and we'll go to some articles as well and go back and forth with the Bible. So, um, Baruch 3, powerful chapter. Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. And then we know Baruch was in Babylon with the rest of the southern kingdom. Well, thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. Now, how were they scattered? Babylonians came and took them out the land. How are they cursed? They're out the land. They don't have their own sovereignty. They're subject to payments, paying taxes like we do today. All the things are similar from then till now, because there's nothing new under the sun in reference to obviously people being on earth, but in reference to this particular dynamic, it's the same exact thing since we're the Israelites. You know what I mean? We're subject to payments, we're in another land, and we're in captivity, whether you like it or not. The simple black man, oh, we're not in slavery. Like, of course you are, nigga. If they tell you can't go nowhere, you can't go nowhere. If they lock your ass up, they can lock your ass up with no charges for some people. You know what I mean? Put you on a black site or something where they don't know where you at. Okay, all praises. Shalom. But yeah, let's keep reading this. It says, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our God. They departed from the Lord how? Like idolatry, not keeping the commandments for the most part. And we are our forefathers for the most part. We come back to regenerated every so often. So our job now is to what? Reverse the curse, keep the commandments, teach our family, kids, wives, whatever the case may be, to keep the commandments if they want to get out of this thing. We had a powerful bill yesterday with a black officer. That's gonna come out in a couple of weeks. I got videos to edit. I got a lot of videos to edit, but it was a great build, and he was knowledgeable. The past and history. He just didn't believe in God, or I won't say he didn't believe in God. He was more agnostic. The only thing he acknowledged was, the Most High, or the God. There's a God that created the earth, and we're here because of that. That's what he believes. He don't believe in, I guess, the Big Bang aspect, but that's all I had to go off of. You know what I mean? So I had to really pull and prod, not necessarily force him to agree, but how we always teach. You got to relay the message in a new way because we're living in 2024 per se, but the Bible still holds true regardless because it's history, and history doesn't change unless somebody else changes it in different books because it's contrary viewpoints on most stances. You know what I mean? Some people don't believe slavery happened. Some people don't believe we don't slave ships, which is preposterous. But some people just have a biased viewpoint. They've only studied one side of the coin, if that's the case, or maybe they haven't found resources that prove contrary to what they believe. So we know the Bible is true from our perspective, based on prophecy. This is the dynamic of the prophecy because Baruch is in captivity in Babylon, and we're gonna read along in the law as well in the future. So let's keep reading real quick. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. So you're supposed to listen to the laws, follow the commandments, which is the wisdom, which it says in Deuteronomy 6. So let's be Deuteronomy 4. How happened in Israel that thou art in thy enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead? We're still doing it right now. Now, are these people physically dead? Some of them. But we're not around them. We're defiled because people are spiritually dead in this country, mainly our people. If you watch camps and support camps, and obviously you watch videos and anybody that teaches on the streets, most of the time our people have no clue what's happening in the earth. Our people have no idea what's really going on behind the scenes or overseas, you know what I mean? how this thing is really working against them as Israelites, Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. Now we're gonna pull out some stats. Some of them are a little bit older because I couldn't find the ones I wanted, but it's nothing's changed as far as our detriment and our lack of, prosperity in America. But like I said, we don't all tie them back to the Bible. But yeah, like and share the video. We got 15 people in here. All praise to the Most High, and happy New Year to everybody as well. We lunar Shabbat keepers in SICARII. The new moon was last night, which brings in the new year, the Hebrew New Year. If you have SICARII as one of your camps you watch, you follow the lunar calendar. We have a new calendar out. We'll probably release it soon, or maybe Chief has it on his IG. I'm not sure. Let me double check because I don't want to give it out if he ain't put it out yet. But there definitely is a calendar available for the coming year. So let me see. Did he put the calendar on his page yet? He actually didn't. Okay, well, I'll just wait. I'll wait until he puts it out. It's on the website, Brother Sly, or what? There's a link where? Where do you put the link at? Because I don't think I've seen that yet. Unless, because I already, obviously, I'm in SICARII, I already got it, but I'm saying for the public. Where's the link at? Was it on Instagram? Where'd you get the link from? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, Tazak, share the link. Oh, it's on Shabbat that date? Oh, okay, let me see. Because, I don't go there. I already. Oh, con. That's powerful. Okay, cool. I'm tripping. So, yeah, it's on Shabbat that date. So, right here, got a little new green spin to it. SICARII 2024 calendar, lunar calendar, Sabbath keepers. This is what we follow for this year. So, yeah, y'all can go to this website, Shabbat.date, and screenshot it, whatever the case may be. And yeah, you'd be square. Matter of fact, let me delete that. I don't know if I can share the link. Let me see. Okay. Well, y'all should have this already. So either way, Shabbat that date, get the new calendar for the lunar Sabbath keepers. You know what I mean? If you Friday, Saturday, Sabbath, hey, I'm pretty sure people you follow, or if you're not in the camp, just make sure you follow the Gregorian calendar for the rest of the year. It is what it is. But yeah, let's get back to this. I think I finished. Well, actually, let me finish reading Baruch. So, like, yeah, we'll go into a couple articles in a second. Where are we at? Okay, yeah, it says that was defiled with the dead. Like I said, spiritually dead. We got the history and culture beat out of us. Now we're Negroes, African Americans, Black. All the Bible words that the Bible says is a curse. That's all happening as we speak. You talk to anybody that's not an Israelite that doesn't know what's going on, they're going to tell you they're a byword. That's the first thing they're going to tell you. You know what I mean? Is it surprising? No. Is it sad? Yeah, because we're not supposed to be in this land. We're not supposed to be stricken and abused in America. Even though you might be safe and sound in your home, like ultimately we're not supposed to be in this country at all. But since we disobeyed the Most High from the ancient world till now, we have to work 10 times harder, like it says, seek the Most High 10 times more, since we fell away as a whole house of Israel. But let's keep reading verse 11. That thou art counted with them that got down to the grave. Why? Because the law brings life. That's the commandments of life. If you don't keep the commandments, you're spiritually dead. Like it says, Proverbs 21:16. Thou hast forsaken the foundation of wisdom. The foundation of wisdom is the commandments. For if thou hast walked in the way of God, thou shouldst have dwelled in peace forever. That's cold. We should have been in peace forever if we would have been on our P's and Q's, keeping the commandments. But as we know, Most High's will is going to happen regardless of how we do. We might think we have free will, but we don't have the illusion of freedom. But at the same time, we have to take accountability from our perspective and strive and work our way back to the Most High's good graces, which is what we're doing right now in America. And those that are scattered abroad are waking up. But yeah, those are pretty much for criminals. But I have heard stories of them breaking into homes that people that aren't even like wrong homes and killing people. So I understand what you're saying, Brother Sly. So yeah, it's not really anything like I said, we're not aware of. So yeah, they can kill you in your car, kill you in the grocery store, kill you anywhere they want, and they're more likely to get away with it. There's a powerful sister that's been fighting for her brother's death, wrongful death of police killing back in like 2018, I believe. Like they held him down and tased him for forever till he died. Like, and they targeted him. He wasn't even a criminal. It's crazy. She's been going hard. Matter of fact, let me see if I can share her page, because she's a ISRAELITE sister. And she's been going hard for a while. No, that's not it. What's her page? I'm gonna go to her Instagram. And y'all can show some support. Real quick, because these type of people that we need on the team, going hard for our people that they get killed by cops. That's her main thing. You know, she does have Edomites and basically anybody who got their people killed by cops, she's fighting for, which, you know, we don't care for Edomites, but the overall objective, like I said, is her shedding light on it and fighting police brutality. Let me look her up. Here we go. I just want to share her page, not her personal page. I'm gonna see. Let me see. Salakia. I'm just gonna share her. I'm gonna share her website. Here we go. Yeah, they electrocuted him. He's not the first either. Like, that's just a person that I'm familiar with because I used to work with her cousin. So yeah, I'm gonna share her page, voicesofstrength.info. So yeah, she's basically fighting for people that have been killed by cops. Since the year 2000, there have been over 30 documented cases of people who were killed by the police during police interactions in the United States. www.fatalencounters.org. So she got the information. She's been going hard for a while. You know what I mean? That's her dad, her brother's daughter that got killed. You know what I mean? That's her right there, Marissa. She cool. She cool as hell. So if y'all want to follow, go ahead and go on his website. She do have an Instagram, Voices of Strength on Instagram. Like I said, she is Christ's sister, going hard. And this is another aspect of being in slavery. You know what I mean? I brought this out yesterday when I was talking to the black officer, and I gave him I gave him kind of like a roundabout, not really a roundabout, but pretty much I read him the Bible verses, and I was like, "Who does this sound like? Like, does it sound like police to you? Like what they do?" He was like, "Not really," and I was like, "Of course it does." I'm gonna read it to y'all. Actually, I'm gonna see what y'all think, because we can definitely apply it to multiple things. You know what I mean? It's not a we're not. I'm not saying that, because we know the Bible is a book of life. I'm not saying that every verse that we say is talking about one particular thing, but this is just plain in the text. And like I said, transferring it to today's time, it sounds exactly how they would operate. You know what I mean? Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the device that they have imagined. So just the first phrase or the first part of this sentence, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. That means the people that are persecuting the poor aren't poor. That's the first clause. And they're wicked. So I started asking them questions like, bro, like, who has the authority to persecute wicked people or persecute the poor? People in power. Don't no random stranger come up and persecute the poor unless it's like an asshole. But I'm just saying, as a whole, everybody calls the police a gang. Like they're the biggest legal gang in America outside of the military, but the military doesn't operate in America. So we have to go down to the police force. They persecute the poor. And I started going into the history of how our communities started getting bad. And like I said, y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it later. It was a powerful bill. And like I said, the brother, you try to make it seem like this phrase, this whole passage wasn't what I was referencing. But like I said, I'm just gonna read it for y'all because like I said, I'm not sure if y'all read this in a while, but either way, we're gonna read it between the lines and it's gonna match up to what we're describing. Um, the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire and blesseth the covetousness whom the Lord abhorreth. We can just stop there as well. What does the white man do in America? He does whatever he wants. Even like I said, even with the military might that they have, they go to any country in the world. If they want the gold, they get it. If they want the oil, they get it. If they want to put a new dictator in that country, they'll do it. They'll hire somebody to kill the president or whoever, like they did in Haiti a couple years ago. They do it in Central and South America all the time. Africa, for the most part, they're trying to kill that other dude in Africa right now, in South America and Northern West Africa. I forgot the country. Like, let me double check. Matter of fact, I'll get it later, but because his name's not really that important. But the fact is, they trying to kill that brother over there because he's talking about, fighting against the white man. They don't like that. You know what I mean? But overall, we know who persecutes the poor. We know who boasts of his heart's desire and blesses the covetous, which is what, like I said, once what somebody else has. They found all that gold in Uganda not too long ago. We haven't heard too much of that. We haven't heard too much about that. But they did say they're in a crisis because on the flip side, they have all type of child labor going on over there. Digging in canyons, whatever the case may be, for what's it called? Basically, like there's a mineral that's used for phones and things like that to bring power to the phones. I don't know if it's coltan, but it's similar to that. But they're digging it, getting diseases from it, and like I said, they're working like slaves. And of course, Americans are involved, Chinese, all that type of people are involved. But that's covetousness. I mean, they find something, they put a dollar sign on it, and then now it's worth more than anything you can afford. But the same people that are digging it up that are from that land that have it under their feet, they have no access to it. They can't monopolize on it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Yeah, I think it's lithium. Yeah, I think it's lithium. You're right. I believe it's lithium. So y'all familiar with that? But yeah, shalom everybody. Like I said, everybody like and share the video. But like I said before, that's an aspect of slavery as well. They can come and do what they want. They came to America, slaughtered Native Indians, brought in black slaves, or quote unquote black slaves. The other white men from Spain and Portugal came over to Central South America, slaughtered them, put them in slavery, sent them on boats, just like everybody else, just like our the other Negro slaves. You know what I mean? So I'm Northern Kingdom, if you didn't know. You know, I'm a Simeon, but I just look black. I talk black. I don't speak Spanish, so it is what it is. So I guess I'm not a real Hispanic, but it is what it is. Um, let's keep reading though. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God, and God is not all in his thoughts. Who is the number one atheist in America? White people for the most part. God is not in all his thoughts. Why? Because they have no problem going against the Bible and how Most High sees things. Especially with, I'm in San Francisco. We know what goes on here. It's homosexuality at an all-time high. You know what I mean? They have no problem being on the side of the LGBTQ plus whatever community because they're pushing that in the media right now. You know what I mean? They're rallying for it. They're not really showing as much. What's the other stuff? The like the tranny stuff, all that pronoun garbage. Like they're not really pushing like they used to, and showing like people having uprisings over that. But we know that's still part of the agenda. And I think I brought that out. Well, actually, no, I didn't bring it out. I brought it out at camp about the homosexual manifesto, and it's sick actually. I don't want to read it here, but I might go into that on another lesson. But if you look up the homosexual manifesto, it's like 1980s, late 1980s, and they do rights what they're trying to do in the future, which is what's going on right now, influencing the kids, influencing the cartoons, making these people dress how they dress, mainly black people, because we are the salt of the earth still, no matter how wicked we are, and people are gonna flock to that. You know what I mean? And they're gonna embarrass them and put them in a quote unquote ritual, if you want to go that route. But people still decide, in reference to that level, what they want to do for fame, and that's part of it. But anyways, it says the Lord abhors the people that are covetous, and as we read after that, God is not all in their thoughts. Why? Because they're going against God in every way, including enslaving his people and having them go a different direction then to return to the Most High in the truth, which is what we're supposed to be doing now. And watch this while we're out there on the street corners, letting our voices be heard and be seen, because they're not going to see it nowhere else. They're not going to, more than likely, they're not going to stumble upon videos like we did if you didn't see them in the streets. You know what I mean? And the Most High wasn't dealing with you, put it on the spirit to accept this information. But let's see. Let's keep reading. His ways are always grievous. We know that to be a fact ever since he came to the Americas. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. For as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. This is another key point. How is this quote unquote person that they're talking about puffeth at his enemies? By going to their land and taking over, using his military might to keep them in fear, keep them under the American dollar. You feel me? All praise to the Most High, Jose Israel Tawada. Yahweh for the donation, brother. But oh yeah, I prefer the Cash App though, because that ain't. I don't even see that money on YouTube. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know if that's only go to my bank account. But anyways, appreciate it either way. So yeah, I was saying he puffs up at the enemies because he can do whatever he wants to them. They can't do anything about it. Like even if they don't go to their country with military might, they want to do something out of the ordinary or go against the grain, they're going to put them on sanctions. You know what I mean? Have them not trade, all those type of things. Go to the UN Council, vote against them so they don't have what they want in their country and sovereignty. Same thing that's happening all throughout the Middle East for the most part. The UN has been voting on a ceasefire in Israel and Palestine, But who has the veto power out of all the countries that are there? America. That's crazy. That's how they, and they got black people voting against the peace and all that stuff. So it's kind of like crazy. They got these sellouts and coons on the biggest international stage and platform representing the white power structure, making it seem like, oh, there's a black face next to it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all good, Jose. I'm not tripping off the money, bro. I ain't worried about that. But I'm just saying, if you do want it to reach my my hands, the cash apps are on the bottom, scrolling on the bottom. But yeah, they definitely be pimping. They changed everything a few years ago. Like I said, I wasn't really making no money on YouTube anyways, but they changed the whole criteria with the views and how much money you get. Like I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago, and they cut it substantially because a lot of people was making real good money. But either way, let's just go back to the Bible. So yeah, that's another way they puff up at them. Like I said, pulling the plug on what they want to do. Not really violence, but they can do it that way, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. That's why the BRICS is coming about, and the Bible already prophesied about this, so it's nothing new to us. Verse 6: he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Now I asked the officer yesterday, has America ever been in adversity? He think for a second. He's like, no, which is what the Bible says. Now, like I said, we can easily just say, okay, this can apply to plenty of people or plenty of dynasties or countries or kingdoms. Sure. But we're talking about today's time. This is talking about America. It applies to America, at least. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. How does that work? Who represents the mouthpiece of America? The politicians. Or some quote unquote celebrities. But most international people of power don't recognize celebrities at all. You know what I mean? They might sit them there because they're part of the cult and whatnot and do some type of rituals, whatever the case may be. But the average celebrity that we see in America, they're not even thought of outside of their talent, entertainment, or acting in other countries like that. Like we got to take their viewpoints and be like, oh yeah, these guys have a view that we should follow. Like, no, they're part of the establishment too, for the most part. Like some people do stand up against things they don't like, which is fine, but they're not going to do it to sabotage their own careers. You know what I mean? Kanye has done more than anybody else, which is why, he's catching hell. And we definitely should support our brother Ye. He ain't folding into some small hats, you know what I mean? And that's a powerful message. But this is the key point I brought out versus the officer yesterday. And we brought this up a while ago as well. So verse 8, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. That's the first verse we started out with, verse 2. The wickedness of the pride does persecute the poor. Who's the people that are persecuting the poor? They have to be above the poor. They're not poor. They have to have money. They have to have influence. They have to have power in society in order to persecute people that are poorer than them. Passing laws, enforcing law enforcement, which is what police do. They enforce the law. And they respond to criminal activity, which is what the brother was referencing. But the point is, they also sit in lurking places of the villages, which is the hood, the neighborhoods that are overly policed, because there is crime. What we didn't, I think, if you see the video, you're gonna see how I interact with them and how I make these points. You know what I mean? But this is a key factor in why I try to correlate his job with this verse. Like I said, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places he murdered the innocent, his eyes are privily set against the poor. That's what police do. Like I just referenced earlier about the sister Marissa, Voices of Strength. They was plotting on her brother. They got him on the ground. I think they had him pinned down by another officer. Another officer just tased his ass to death. Crazy. And we was just talking about it with the officer Hazard, that's always next to me, Zebulonite. We was talking about the instance where other people were tased, and he told me something that was kind of crazy yesterday. He said there was a person that was on on the freeway, I guess tussling with the officer, and he turned and ran, and the officer hit him with a taser, bam. And instead of like cuffing him and corralling him in on the freeway, I guess he was far enough out on the street, and a car came and ran his ass over and killed him because he tased him and he was out. There's another thing I was referencing where there was an officer was chasing a dude. Dude gets tased from behind, falls flat, cracks his head open, out of there. That type of thing. I'm not saying these people are innocent. I'm not sure what they did, but I'm just saying that's the result of being tased if you're not secure or steady. You know what I mean? And it's part of slavery because how did police officers come about? Who knows? Who knows in the chat? Who was the first policeman in America? This should be a simple one. Slave catchers. Facts. Jose Israel got it right. Those are the first police in the Americas. The slave catchers were the first police. They had the badge and everything. Let me see if I can pull that up actually. Let's look it up. Yes, it's a slave badge. Oh no. Let me go to slave catchers. Damn, it's crazy. Isn't this crazy? Let me show you this. Let me show you this real quick. This is crazy, man. Runaway Slave Patrol. See that badge? It's the same badge as today. 1859. Badge in Carolina. Look at these photographs. That's when the slaves used to run away. They get caught in the trees, and that's what they put them on there for, so they couldn't run through the trees and all that shit. So they get caught up. Crazy. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, my boy. It's like the modern badge. Yep. Runaway Slave Patrol. That's who we dealing with. Let's see if I can do it side by side. I got to delete some of these windows. So like, I got to delete some of these windows. I got hello windows open. Okay, here. Well, no, this ain't it either. What the hell? Damn, I got that many windows open. And take some of these windows down. What is this? Take this down. I still got some other things I want to talk about. I'm definitely going to Islam still, but they were supposedly selected because their experience tracking down runaway slaves, which are considered fugitive. Well, I mean, that's true. They were fugitive, of course, but because they were property of the slave master, so that's pretty much what it was. They got to get their money back. That body is the money. You got to pick cotton from me so I can make money off your labor, your free labor. Ain't nothing new under the sun, like I said. Where we at? Um, this it? No. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna go into an article real quick, but let me see what I touch on first. Um. Oh, Colin, you like the shirt? I'm telling you, get you one of these and piss some people off. Dolores almost won it. She's a voyageur, you know. I don't know who sells them no more. I got this a while ago, but you know, you want to piss off some coons and some Christians. Hey, it works wonders in public. Where we at? Let me go back here. Okay. Oh yeah, here we go. Where should we start? Yeah, I don't know where I got this shirt. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is if you've been in the truth 5, 6 years, hey, it was around back then. I had this shirt for a while. Um, maybe you can find it on Etsy. I don't know. Like I said, I definitely don't remember where I got this from. But like I said, you can make this shirt. This ain't really nothing. I mean, I don't just want to steal nobody's idea, but you can probably get it made. Where are we at? Oh, I didn't even go into my lesson. So like it. That's fine. But yeah, let me show y'all something real quick. Galatians 2:16. Are you a scoffer, sir? Because I'm getting scoffer vibes based off that verse. Let's just pull it up for this guy. Let's pull it up for him actually. See if he has a point that's on topic. Where are we at? Galatians 2:16. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law. Let me share my screen. Because this is just basic understanding. And we're gonna see if Paul contradicts himself based on his understanding. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith of Jesus Christ, even we have believed in Jesus Christ, so we might be justified by the faith of Jesus Christ, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law shall no flesh be justified. Oh, interesting. Is that called eisegesis? I think so. What's your point, sir? I just got rid of his comment. What's buddy's name? Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. What's your point, sir? I hope you're not trying to say we don't have to keep the law, because I'm gonna cut you real quick. And the very next verse, actually. But if, while we seek to be justified by Christ, we ourselves are also found sinners. Oh my goodness. What's a sinner? Is therefore Christ the minister of sin? God forbid. Let's see what sin is according to the Bible. 1 John 3:4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. So if you're a sinner, you're breaking God's laws. So of course we're not justified by the law, but that doesn't mean we don't keep the law. Works and faith, sir. He's done. He's finished. That was so basic. Like, why are you even here, bro? Like, what's wrong with this guy? Yeah, this dude's sick, man. Like, what the? Go to Tanya. I know you supporting Tanya's right. All praise to the Most High. Yeah, Braki by Shemashak Yahushai. I mean, I guess he just threw a scripture in the chat and ran. That's all I can say. But whatever. That was simple as hell. Like why come on this channel? Like, where'd you come from? That's just crazy, bro. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do. Like, why are you trying to come in the chat thinking you got a point? Why, bro? We keep the laws, but we're not just. I just said that. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see what Paul says here. I got you. Don't worry about it. Oh man. Paul wrote Galatians, right? Do we agree Paul wrote Galatians before I bring this out? Baby Zondervan's. No, he's not even on that level. Because Zondervans are white people, but you know, it is what it is. Here comes the judge. Did Paul write Galatians? Shalom Abiyar. Oh, listen, I want him to answer this first before I bring it out and cut his head off. Here comes the judge. I would love for you to answer that first. Oh yeah, I forgot. Other buddy was messaging me about Messiah debate. It's a lot. I'm tripping. That's not what I asked you, sir. That's not what I asked you. I asked you, did Paul write Galatians? That's not what I asked you. Can you just answer my question? Like, I know the spill. We are not saved by the law. We are saved by what Christ did at Calvary. Is that what Christ said? Because like, this is, bro. This is just too basic. Like, this is crazy. Like, come on, bro. We're saved by what Christ did at Calvary. It's like that's not what Christ said, bro. Christ did not say that. Once I die, you're going to be saved after I die. No, 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 no. What is wrong with this guy? I'm just gonna cut him. Don't worry about it. I asked him if Paul wrote Galatians. We all know he did. Let's just read what Paul wrote in Romans after he got corrected in Acts. Romans 2:13. For not the hearers of the law are just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified. So which one is it? Which one is it? Here comes the judge. Are we justified by the law or justified by faith? You tell me. Can we get the answer first? Paul says we're justified by the law in Romans 2. Sir, don't run. You haven't answered any of my questions. I will block you from this channel if you keep doing that. You live and die by Paul. You haven't brought out one scripture that Christ said. Why is that? Why do Christians do that? Oh man. Hey Dwayne, man. We're not we ain't new to this. We true to this, man. We know how they do. Make a private page, come on the channel, get their head chopped off in private. Don't show their face, don't click the link, don't do nothing. Make up Christian rhetoric, or not make up Christian rhetoric, spew Christian rhetoric, and then hide in the chat. Like, come on, bro. I asked you to Paul write Galatians, you didn't answer that. I asked you, are we justified by the law? Because Paul said in Romans, you didn't answer that. You're spamming Titus 3:19. I will block you if you do that again. Let me go on my page and block you, actually. You got one chance to answer the question now. Because we all on the same page in SICARII, you know what I mean? If you scoff in the chat, if you don't answer questions, you'll be out of here soon. So here's your last chance. Romans 2:13 says, For not the hearers of the law are just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified. Do you agree with the text? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know, sir. Before anything else happens. The thief on the cross was not saved by the law. That's my answer. Where does it say he was saved? I would love to see that too. Show me where he was saved at. So you're saying you got to die to be saved? Is that what you're telling me? That is crazy. Oh my god! But let me cut his head off some more. This dude doesn't know the Bible, man. Like this is absolute madness. Where are we at? Matthew 19. Let's go here. Let's go to Matthew 19. Let's see what Christ says. Matthew 19 and 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do? This is works talk, that I may have eternal life. This is works, right? You got to do something. That's what he's asking Christ. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God, Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. Where does it say justified by faith? What's wrong? Bro. It doesn't say he was sick, bro. Hey, I'm about to block you, bro. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna block you yet. Let me send you a link real quick. I'm gonna send you the link. I don't wanna talk to myself on this live. Let me click the link though. Oh, this is an old video. I don't know why that started playing. It's a lot again. You know, I was studying some old footage. But yeah, there you go, brother. Click the link, sir. This is crazy, man. There goes the link, sir. Sir, click the link. Nigga, the fuck? Bro, this nigga's head is rolling. He don't even know what's going on. Bro, are you gonna click the link? I put the link in the chat so you can talk live. That's what I'm saying. Paradise is salvation. Like, bro, that's not what it says. You don't even know what paradise is. Like, you don't even know what is going on. Paradise is salvation. Nigga, please. Nigga, believe you gotta die to go. Bro, it's pure Christianity. I mean, even if he's not a Edomite, it's about all for the edification of everybody else. He's gonna be made an example of. That's all. You know how we do. Bro, this dude scary as hell. Saved at that moment. So you're Catholic. Because you know Catholics believe this, right? You know Catholics believe this. You can be saved on your deathbed. That's what you're telling me. So you can live a life of wickedness, be on your deathbed to be saved on your deathbed. That's what you're telling me. That's what Catholics believe. Are you a Catholic? And is paradise heaven? Can you prove that in the Bible somewhere? This dude is not answering not a single question. This is crazy. Yeah, he about to get blocked. I gave you about 5 minutes to type in the chat, but now you're out of here. You know how what Deacon be saying? 87K, you know, you're out of here, sir. Yeah, you're out of here though. This is your last comment, so better luck next week. 86,000 seconds. The point is saved by grace. Please don't spin. Uh, that's not what Matthew 19 says. So, I mean, I already told you works and faith. So is it faith or grace? Which one is it? Anyways, dude, dude's so low level and basic. It's disgusting. And that's Christianity for you, you know? He only wants to type what he wants, talk about what he wants to talk about. Don't answer questions. Don't click the link. Didn't I say that right before I told him the link? Send him the link? They're not going to click the link. All they're going to do is live in his chat and spew nonsense. Like, how did you find my page, bro? Like, who are you? Like, this is ridiculous. But let me get back to the lesson. Because I already been on for an hour and some change. And I got a whole lesson, or not really a whole lesson, but a lot of verses to touch on. And then this non-messianic brother, well, I don't want to say non-messianic, but he did message me talking about he want to talk about the Messiah. And how it's not Yahushua. So, I mean, y'all know how we get down. If I'm not on too long, I'll invite him on. Let me see something actually. 1 second. Or I might invite him on right now, since we're in debate mode. What the hell? I'm talking. Oh, I forgot they logged me out of my Facebook. Damn, that's crazy. Okay, here we go. But yeah. That's right. Yahushua, the Messiah. Because I already played it at the debate of Assad cutting the nigga head off. And that got pretty dark. You know what I mean? But yeah, Salakia, that was a waste of time, waste of space. Yeah, I know they logged everybody out Facebook. I don't know what's going on, some type of glitch or some type of test. You know what they do. Where do I want to start? Matter of fact, let's go to the first article. We read a verse about, how we apply Psalms 10. We read about how to persecute the poor, kill our people. Let's read something that the President of the United States did research on in the 60s around the time of the civil rights movements. You know what I mean? And the brother, Dr. Umar Johnson, brought it out on a Joe Budden interview that he did, our sit down podcast. It wasn't on public, so you had to, go on I think it was Patreon and watch both parts, because it was he was there all day. It was like a 5-6 hour video. And you had to pay for it. I said, I have no problem paying for it. I like Dr. Umar's, information that he brings out. And he brought this out, and I was like, damn, I never heard of that. So I looked it up. I'm like, oh, this is cold. And it shows why Black people were pissed off at that time. And it's nothing new today, but we're just not, rioting and things like that. It's called, am I sharing my screen? Oh, here we go. The Kerner Commission. The 1968 Kerner Commission got it right, but nobody listened. Released 50 years ago, the infamous report found that poverty and institutional racism were driving inner city violence. Isn't that what's going on right now still? Poverty and institutional racism, inner city violence. Every Black and Hispanic, this is obviously reiterated March 1st, 2018. And this is the Smithsonian magazine. My sister works for Smithsonian, actually. If you're in Washington, D.C., pull up. But I'm saying all that to say, they brought this out, or it came out in 1968, but they reiterized it and brought it out again 2018. So let's read what it says, because it's cold, bro. It's cold. Like, I didn't read this whole thing. I can't, but I brought this out. I can't, but like, yeah, I think last week and a few weeks before that. But yeah, let's go into this real quick. It's powerful. Let's start. Well, I guess it's a picture. You can see this picture. You know, it looks like military, but that's kind of crazy. Let me see what it says. President Lyndon Johnson consented to the current commission to identify the genesis of the violent 1967 riots that killed 43 in Detroit, 26 in Newark, above souls in North Shorefront, while causing fewer casualties in 23 cities. Yeah, so it wasn't military that was brought in to quell the violence because black people were so pissed off. But let's read the article though. Pent up frustrations boiled over in many poor African American neighborhoods during the mid to late 1960s, setting off riots that rampaged out of control from block to block, burning, battering, and ransacking property. Raging crowds created chaos in which some neighborhood residents and law enforcement operatives endured shockingly random injuries or deaths. Many Americans blame the riots on outside agitators or young black men who represented the largest and most visible group of rioters. But in March 1968, the Carter Commission turned those assumptions upside down, declaring white racism, not black anger, turned the key that unlocked urban American turmoil. This is what the president did after people were going crazy, killing police officers and other residents, thinking, oh, it's just people going crazy or black people going crazy. No, they're responding to white racism. That's what it says here. After the president's own resources did the research and found out what we're gonna read it. We're gonna read more of this though, but that's the main thing. This right here, declaring white racism, not black anger, turned the key that unlocked urban turmoil. The racism brought about that action. You know what I mean? Now today, guess what? We're comfortable with it. We make videos about it, TikToks, and curse people out, slap a Karen, Ken, whatever the case may be. We don't burn up cities no more because we live in those cities. But that's what they respond to. Money and violence. They lose money, they respond to that. Violence starts happening, they respond to that. Other than that, they ain't worried about your signs and marches and all that dumb shit. You know what I mean? They ain't worried about that. This is the other factors. Bad policing practices, a flawed justice system, which is still going on today. Bad policing is still going on today. Unscrupulous consumer credit practices still going on today. Poor or inadequate housing still going on today. Who saw that video on Instagram where they had a whole apartment building boarded up with people inside? Who's seen that shit? I literally just seen that like a month or two ago. People that lived in an apartment complex, like people, like I don't know if it was a police or somebody started going up there and boarding their windows up, like while they were inside, like in their doors so they couldn't get out. It was crazy. I'm like, what the hell is that? But I might show that. I don't look it up now because I'm pretty sure. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it on my page. Because I think, matter of fact, it might have been on my story. Never mind, it's not there. It might be saved somewhere, but I don't want to waste time on that. But anyways, let's keep reading. Poor or inadequate housing, high unemployment, which is still going on. We know that's true. And they're firing a lot of people from these bigger companies now. Voter suppression, that's neither here nor there because we shouldn't be voting anyway. And other culturally embedded forms of racial discrimination all converge to propel violent upheaval on the streets of African American neighborhoods in American cities, north and south, east and west. And as black unrest arose, inadequately trained police officers and National Guard troops entered the affected neighborhoods, often worsening the violence. Why? Because they're looking at these white folks like, oh, you got a reason. So of course we're gonna get at you. You know what I mean? All these things still hold true right now. Oh yeah, Tazak, yeah, you seen that, didn't I? Harvey, Illinois. Yep. Where they boarded up them houses when the people were still inside. Yeah, you remember that. Like I said, it was probably on my story, but it was a crazy video. Like you can hear people like yelling through the doors and all that shit with the boarded up houses. You feel me? So it was nuts. Look up the casual. Oh yeah, I seen that too. I seen that. They brought that out. I seen a meme on that, or not meme, but post about that probably like last month too. I think. So I might bring that out as well. I actually forgot about that. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Casual Killing Act 1669. I'm gonna bring that out next. As a matter of fact, the wider for a reminder. So yeah, let's keep reading this though. White society, the presidentially appointed panel reported, is deeply implicated in the ghetto. White institutions created it, white institutions maintain it, and white society condones it. Has anything changed since then? Yes or no? One if it's changed, two if it hasn't changed in the chat. You know what I mean? Let's get that going real quick. Just see if y'all listening. Salakia. Let me Dwayne Scott. I said one if it hasn't changed, or one if it has changed, two if it hasn't. You put one. I'm about to kick you out the chat, Dwayne. No, I'm joking. But yeah, you get the gist of it. Um, let's keep reading. Well, let's read that again. Actually, white society, the presidently appointed panel reported, is deeply implicated in the ghetto. White institutions created it. White institutions maintain it. And white society condones it. Of course, they condone it. They're in power. They're not going to do anything to change the dynamics of the white power structure, or how they pass down wealth and created businesses and institutions and things like that, while we created our own and they bombed our stuff. And they made it seem like, oh, we're missing out on their stuff, so we got to integrate. And now we integrated, and then now we're rioting in the streets because they're in charge still. That's what happened. Martin Luther King got his speeches written by a Rothschild to trick everybody, and then he said, "Damn!" At the end, 11 people into a burning building, and it's still burning right now, 50 years later, because he lived around this time. I think he died in 1967. So this came out right after he died. So guess what? Martin Luther King isn't the person that should be honored in that regard. Obviously, he's an Israelite, but he was he was a pawn in the grand scheme of things. But like I said, everything happens to Most High's doing. And like I said, we still love the brother, but guess what? He didn't do right by us in that particular time frame, because we did have our own stuff in the 1920s, even though they did burn it down and stole and killed our people for the resources we did have. But integrating wasn't the issue. We still could have maintained, for the most part, in America without them, because this is what it led to, us rioting and going crazy because of the racism. And like I said, now we're still going through it, even though they allowed us in a little bit further. But guess what? You got to be more of a coon to get more money. You know what I mean? And sell out your people, move away from your neighborhoods. Don't change nothing. So let's read the next part. Slovakia. The nation, the current report commission warned, was so divided that the United States was poised to fracture into two radically unequal societies, one black and one white. Isn't that what the Bible says? Isn't that what the Bible says? He's going to separate nations in the end. That's what Yahushua is going to do when he comes back. So that's how it should be. There's nothing new. That's what happened in Tower of Babel. So all this was already ordained by the Most High. It's just violence occurred in the midst of it because it's supposed to happen organically, like it was when we had our own cities and businesses, things like that, and they just couldn't stand it because they couldn't get money with us and they were jealous of us because we did it so fast after they let us out of slavery. That was 60 years after slavery or less. 1865, emancipation. 1920, we had planes and all that type of stuff in our own communities, in our own cities, and they couldn't have that. Let's read more. The riots represented a different kind of political activism, says William S. Pretzer, the National Museum of African American History and Culture's senior curator. Commonly sparked by repressive and violent police actions, urban uprisings were political acts of self-defense and racial liberation on a mass public scale. So this was the portion of our people that was like, I'm done with this oppression. I'm done with the, like I said, repressive and violent police actions. And we're gonna take things in our own hands, get some get back, like it says in 1 Thessalonians 2:6. Let me bring that out real quick, just real fast. No, 2 Thessalonians, like 1:6. Singing is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. This is a part of that prophecy, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? So we was like, man, damn all that. They come in our communities, hurting us, abusing us, oppressing us. Okay, it's time to turn up. You feel me? They was going crazy. And the president had to get involved. Like, oh, this is going on everywhere. We got to stop this. So they had to mass their racism moving forward. Civil rights. Oh yeah, now you're included. Now you can eat at our restaurants, and we can hire a couple and put what's that rule they put? Affirmative action. Oh, affirmative action. One of you black guys can get in here, but just one or a woman. You know, they hire more black women for the most part, but for the black man, oh, he's too masculine. He's too he's lying amongst sheep. You know what I mean? That's how you look. They don't want too many black people at the top. You know what I mean? Even if they do have the skill set, you have to talk white, act white. You know, be a cornball for in work purposes, not really in public, but I'm just saying overall. That's what they look for. A nerd that isn't too scary for them. You know what I mean? But that's not all businesses and black people. But you know, that's usually what you see at the top of the companies. Step and fetch niggas. But let's keep reading. Legislative successes at the federal level with the Civil Rights and Voting Rights Acts were not reflected in the daily lives of African Americans facing police misconduct, economic inequality, segregated housing, inferior educations. That is crazy. Let me read that again. That is crazy. Legislative successes at the federal level with the Civil Rights and Voting Rights Acts were not reflected in the daily lives of African Americans facing police misconduct, economic inequality, segregated housing, inferior educations. Why? Because it doesn't matter if you're still treating us different. All this paperwork don't mean shit in our lives because we experience the bullshit and y'all don't. There ain't no damn paper gonna tell me or tell a white person treat us better. That's crazy. And that's exactly how the Native Americans felt when a white man came. You know what I mean? They try to give treaties to them like they didn't even speak English. How the hell are you gonna sign a treaty you don't speak English? And then all of a sudden, because they was getting killed so much, they were trying to war back. They getting killed so much, they had to bend the knee. And now look at them. You can't even find a reservation these days. Where they at? We in Cali. There's plenty of reservations out here, but you got to travel in the wilderness to find them. You know what I mean? They got signs, but you know, I don't know where they're at per se. Personally, I know a couple of people in the truth that I'm familiar with lived by them, grew up by them, but you know, it's up in mountain ranges and forests and all type of shit. But I'm just saying that to say the documents that they signed didn't change the things that white people were doing to them. This is just the quote unquote African Americans. You know what I mean? the Southern Kingdom. It didn't change the narrative, and it still won't change the narrative. Why? Because they'll never give up their power. Let's keep reading. Black racial violence was not unique in this 1960s American culture, Presser says. White Southerners set a precedent by viciously attacking freedom riders and other civil rights protesters. Wow. See what I'm saying? So you signed a bill saying, hey, let these black people in, give them a menu, serve them some fucking waffles and fucking bacon and eggs and shit, and orange juice, toast. But guess what? People down south was like, but we about to get at them even worse. Now that they're coming closer to us in our neighborhoods and our schools, oh yeah, we getting at them. And as the title says, are we still in slavery and does it still exist? The answer is yes. Slavery started in 1441 up to 1865. But as we all know, their actions speak louder than the documentation. They're still killing us, still locking us up, still treating us with disdain. Like I said, the current commission was 50 years ago, 60 years ago now. And it still holds true at this very second. You feel me? Yeah, y'all know it, Brother Sly and Jay does. Y'all know what's going on. And Jose, yeah, man, y'all know what's going on, bro. Like, it's not even no question that the actions that they're doing is evident of what we're going through as Israelites. And it's all in the scriptures. Now, we'll get back to the scriptures in a second. This is just one article that I have. But, how long have I been on? Hour and a half? Okay, cool. President Lyndon Johnson constituted the current commission to identify a genesis of the violent 1967 riots that killed 43 in Detroit and 26 in Newark, which is New Jersey, while causing fewer casualties in 23 other cities. The most recent investigation of rioting had been the McComb Commission, which explored the roots of the 1965 Watts riot and accused riffraff of spurring unrest. Riffraff. I wonder what riffraff is. Let me see what that is actually. Maybe it's in an Urban Dictionary. Who knows? Riffraff. I'm gonna look it up real quick because I never looked at this definition. Wow. People with a bad reputation or of a low social class. That's what riffraff is. Interesting. So of course we know who that's talking about. Low class black people. Yeah, we know. Rob Judah. You already know. Yeah. A hooligan is another title though. Riffraff has a definition which I just read. I never thought that was a definition, but I never looked it up till today. So yeah. Riffraff. Let's read that again. The McComb Commission, which explored the roots of the 1965 Watts riot and accused riffraff of spurring unrest. So the riffraff, obviously, if you know where Watts is, LA, black people. People with a bad reputation or of low social class. So that's what they called black people back then. Riffraff. See how they say riffraff is not like an action? They said what and accused riffraff of spurring unrest. So the riffraff is a title to describe black people. Low social class and bad reputation. That's crazy. That is another byword. Let's read on. Relying on the work of the social scientists and in-depth studies of the nation's impoverished black urban areas, or ghettos as they were often called, the current commission reached a quite different interpretation about the riot's cause. Now we know what it said earlier. Let's keep going though. So we didn't read all this when I was at camp because it was just a quick little, in and out because we read the point. In moments of strife, the commission determined fear drove violence through riot-torn neighborhoods during the Detroit mayhem. The city at this time was saturated with fear. I wonder what fear of. Probably because of the cops and other racist white people. The National Guardsmen were afraid. Oh, let's talk about the National Guardsmen. Man, please. The citizens were afraid and the police were afraid, the report stated. The commission confirmed. So they were afraid after we retaliate from what they did. Isn't that crazy? They're afraid after that. Wow. Kind of like how they're afraid of black people now that we're in America, clutching their purses and locking their car doors when they see black people pass by. You feel me? Like you already put us in slavery 40 years ago. What are you afraid of now? Oh, because we're actually turning up. And like I said, that's all they respect. Violence and money. And that's why this place is gonna go down when the money crashes and people get violent after that. That's civil unrest, nation against nation, all that type of stuff. All that's already prophesied because I mean that's already going to happen regardless. But I'm just saying that to say that's leading to our salvation because the more chaos in Babylon, the more closer we are to redemption, and obviously the people that are in the truth aren't going to be involved in the riffraff as they call it, and Lord willing, like I said, we survived that time of trouble, Jacob's trouble, the official Jacob's trouble at that time. Let's keep reading though. How long is this article actually? I'm gonna probably stop after this actually, because I gotta read some Bible to y'all, you know. Um, where are we at? The commission confirmed that nervous police and National Guardsmen sometimes fire their weapons recklessly after hearing gunshots. That is crazy. That is absolute madness. So police just firing guns because they heard. Like, what if it was another white person? Like, what are y'all like? That's crazy. Speaking of which, who saw that video where that cop was walking past a car and an acorn hit the top of the car and he started shooting at somebody, shooting at a black guy? Who's seen that video? That wasn't that long ago. That's probably 2 weeks ago or so. Rob Judah seen it. Y'all seen it? Okay, all praises. You haven't seen it? Oh man, Dwayne Scott, look that up. Like, like, how do you mistake that for gunshots? Like, but I can understand the police back then hearing gunshots and it's okay. I'm just gonna fire regardless. But dude was walking past a car. Acorns fell from a tree on top of the car, hit the car. Shots fired. Like, bro, what? Like, man, like, come on, bro. Let me see if I can find that shit real quick. Matter of fact, because it should be on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. Oh, it's the first thing that came up. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this right now. This is funny. This is hilarious. How long is this? 2:15. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this. Where we at? I'm gonna play it for y'all right now. Watch. He was handcuffed in the patrol car. Madness.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! You know.
Did y'all hear that? His partner's like, huh? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, bro, like what? Like, bro, like what the hell is this nigga talking about, bro? Not fired. He can't put him in the car, nigga. Bruh. Yeah, 11/12/23. So it's like 2 months ago, but they showed it 3 weeks ago. This. I think this video is from 3 weeks ago. Yeah, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Come on, bro. Did y'all hear? Like, there's nothing that loud at all that happened just now. Bruh, this is fucking crazy.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
You see that nigga roll like a bitch? Like, bro, that nigga was rolling on the ground. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? This nigga is scared of an acorn, bro. Like, this shit's crazy. This is one of the craziest videos I've ever seen in my life, bro. Oh man, this is nuts. Watch, keep watching.
Shots fired!
Look, there's his partner right there. Look. Listen to what he says closely. You said shots fired? You said shots fired? Like, nigga, what?
Shots fired!
These niggas confused. Like, you said shots fired? Nigga, what the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Oh my god. Now, this ain't funny because the brother was in the back seat. I think it was an African American brother. I'm assuming so. Jesse Hernandez. He might be ISRAELITE, or he in Florida, so he can be anybody. But Colombian or Puerto Rican, who knows?
I'm in.
Bro, I'm in. Bro, he was dying to kill that dude. I don't know who's in. I'm gonna see who's in the car first. Bro, like, come on, bro. Like, really?
What? I'm in the car. I shot through the car.
Come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is fucking crazy. Nigga crawl on the ground like he's really hit. Nigga, no the fuck you're not.
Oh.
He then crawled into cover behind a different vehicle, telling his colleague that he was unarmed. Bro, look at the acting, bro. This is fucking crazy.
I'm good.
Bro, do you see this acting, bro? This is fucking crazy. Oh, here it goes. Officers had arrested Marquise Jackson, 20-year-old black man, on November 12th. What's that date say? November 12th, 2023. So of course there's a black man in the seat, open fire on the nigga while he's cuffed behind the backseat of a car. Bro, we just read the Kerner Commission. We just read the Kerner Commission right before I seen this video. What they say? Let me go back to that real quick. Where are we at? Bruh. This is fucking crazy. Where do we read that last part at? Where is it at? Police misconduct. That's part of the reason why they were rioting. What else does it say? There's another one that was over here. Let me see. Bad policing practices. It says bad policing practices, and it says police misconduct. What else does it say about the police? Let me find it. Because this shit's fucking crazy. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, it says, I don't think I read this part yet. Inadequately trained police officers and National Guard troops. Inadequately trained. And it says, commonly sparked by repressive and violent police actions. We see this all in this video. Mind you, this was 3 months ago. 4 months ago, if you want to call it that. But the Kerner Commission was in 1968, 50, 60 years ago. Nothing new under the sun with these motherfuckers. Salakia in my language. It's just crazy. This is why this place needs to go. But let's keep watching the video and see what happens. But the acting is crazy to me, bro. Like this nigga is really playing this shit off.
I don't know.
He did not offer any physical. Let me go back. He did not offer any physical resistance. He was handcuffed and walked to the police car. So he went with them willfully, handcuffed, and he put it in the back of the police car. So how did he shoot you, sir?
I might have hit my vest.
Wow. Jackson was trapped in the back seat of the car and forced to play dead to prevent getting shot in the head. He was not harmed in the incident, although he said he had been traumatized and scared to death. Now, the guy's name is Hernandez. He could be a Northern Kingdom brother. He could be a tear, a Spaniard. Either way, he works for the enemy. And he's acting like them.
I'm not.
Mr. Hernandez resigned while under investigation in December last year. Interesting. So he made up this scenario, shot at the brother in the backseat that was handcuffed, that went peaceably, and now he resigned because he knew he was about to get his ass fired probably because the internal affairs probably investigated his dumbass because he didn't get hit with nothing in the body cam footage. It's all the evidence you need because the nigga there was no fucking gunshots. There's no holes coming out of the car while you're walking by it and you didn't get hit. County Sheriff Eric Aiden told local media he did not believe the former deputy had acted maliciously. How? After seeing this live and direct, how did he not act maliciously? You can't explain. Like this is what frustrates black people in America. Like, come on, bro. This nigga blatantly lied, said he got hit by a fucking acorn, and started opening fire on a person that's handcuffed. How? How's it not malicious? And his partner looked up at him like, huh? Shots fired? What are you talking about? So, of course, he has to join in on him because, like, oh, shit, let me just make sure we kill him and then ask questions later about it. That's what they do. Kill you and deal with it later. This time, the body cam footage, well, I don't know if he died. I don't think he died, but well, I guess we'll watch it into the video because I ain't seen the whole video either. I just saw the part they showed on Instagram because this is kind of like edited and with the captions and stuff. I didn't see the captions yet, so this is a better video. But either way, it's just like, bro, like this shit's crazy. Like honestly, yeah, exactly. Dwayne, nigga said he was scared to death. Nigga, please, like this is a joke. Wow. He said they have improved their training to try to ensure nothing similar happens again. Are you serious? Wait a minute. What did I just read in the Kerner Commission? I just read something about lack of training 60 years ago, right? And you mean to tell me 60 years later that this happened? Man, listen. This is fucking crazy. Like craziness. Inadequately trained police officers. That's what it says in the current commission.
I don't know. It felt like it.
It felt like it. Nigga, the acorns hit the car, not you.
Jesse, move over to me. I got you. Move over to me.
You got these niggas over here looking like they Rambo, right? Like over fucking acorn. What the fuck? This nigga's life's in danger. That's the crazy part. This nigga's life's in danger in that car. Trapped in the car. He can't duck, hide, nothing. That's what I'm saying. No. Oh yeah, I know he lived. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he did live, but he's at the mercy of the officers that's not shooting. That's all. If two people are shooting, I mean, hey, that's about 30 bullets, 32 bullets. These people start shooting. You got that AR-15s and shit. That's about 30 rounds each.
To come back. Mark vehicle right there. Dude, am I hit? Go.
Joke. He's a fucking joke. And he resigned because of it. He knows he put that man's life in danger for no reason. Yeah, police officers are usually nerds. They ain't never been through shit. You feel me? Ex-military, but if they're not ex-military, then more likely they some hoes. But anyways, let's read the Bible now. Y'all get the gist of it. Here we go. Let's start here. Psalms 9 and 16. The Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hagion Salah. We know Most High is a power to be feared, first and foremost. Secondly, since we're under the curses, we know we're under judgment. And anything else that happens on the earth is a judgment. Even if it's not happening to our people, you know what I mean? We know the Most High judges everybody, but our particular circumstances is due to our own wickedness, which we know the Most High is responsible for because we disobeyed his word. But at the same time, since we are in captivity, we have a duty to redeem ourselves and be redeemed in the future by the Mashiach. You know what I mean? Excuse me. That's true, Dwayne. You already know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the same thing I said, Dwayne. You already know. But I wasn't watching the chat when I was saying that stuff, but you get it. You know what I mean? Let's read the Bible, though. 1 Kings 8:46. If they sin against thee, for there's no man that sinneth not, and thou be angry with them and deliver them into the hand of the enemy, which is what we're doing right now, so that they carry them away captives into the land of the enemy, far or near. Now we're far away from our homeland. We're in America right now. Yet, if they shall bethink themselves in the land whether they were carried captives, as we're in the midst of right now, where we're thinking ourselves as a nation, there's millions of Israelites waking up with the fastest growing quote unquote religion in the world. And we're trying to do it as a collective, even though there's obviously debates and different doctrines, but the overall objective is keeping the laws of God and believing you're an Israelite and waking your people up. That's the point. And repent. That's a key factor. Repenting from your sins, not sinning anymore. And make supplication unto thee in the land of them that carry them captive, saying, we have sinned, which is acknowledging your faults, and have done perversely, we have committed wickedness, and so return unto thee with all their heart and with all their soul in the land of their enemies, which led them away captive, and pray unto thee toward their land, which was to pray to the east, to the Most High, towards the temple, which thou gavest unto their fathers, the city which thou hast chosen, and the house of which I have built for thy name, talking about the temple, like I said, then hear thou their prayer and their supplication in heaven, thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause. So that's where we're asking for the Most High right now. Maintain our cause. Keep us on his path, because we're all in in a repentant state as captives. But obviously, we know that the prophecy says 2/3 are going to go. So this particular juncture, obviously, in First Kings, they are in captivity. But obviously, the Most High saved most of them because it was mostly Southern Kingdom at this time. Actually, no, I think it's Solomon. Solomon talking, I believe, in this chapter. And Solomon wasn't in captivity, obviously. So this is more than likely a prophecy because it says if they sin. So let's just keep reading though. Then hear thy prayer and the supplication in heaven and dwelling in that in heaven thy dwelling place, and maintain their cause, and forgive thy people that have sinned against thee, and all the transgressions wherein they have transgressed against thee, and give them compassion before them who carry them captive, that they may have compassion on them, for they be thy people and thy inheritance, which thou broughtest forth out of Egypt from the midst of the furnace of iron. Meaning there was captivity in Egypt, captivity in Assyria, captivity in Babylon. All that stuff is compared to Egypt, just like America. Until we get saved from America, it's going to be more grand, more spiritual, or not more spiritual, but more divine intervention in this particular case because it's going to be nuclear fire. We're going to be saved from. But oops, that's what we're trying to do right now. So just to reiterate the title of the video, are we still in slavery and does it still exist? Of course it does. As long as we're outside of our land, we're in captivity, we're in slavery. As far as other nations, that is. Let's keep reading though. The next verse. Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Matter of fact, let me look this up in the Hebrew. Because it says it's also in the New Testament. And I know what it says in the Greek. Just, let me see. I want to see what it says in the Hebrew real quick. The word just, because I know what it means, like I said in the Greek. The just in the Hebrew, 8:6662. Oh, it's the same word. Oh, that's crazy. Well, not the same word, but the same definition. Let me show you how it is. And I'm going to show you the one in the Greek because this cuts Christians too. They don't even know it in Romans. So this is the Hebrew word for just, sadak. Just, lawful, righteous. Righteous man, lawful. Just, lawful, righteous. That's the definition. Let's go back to Romans 1. That's what you find it at mostly. Romans 1 should be 17. Because Christians love to go here. To the Jew first and also the Greek. All right, cool. Let's see what it says after that. For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. Let's see what just means here. This is how you cut a Christian's head off if they try to go here. Oh, but everybody can be saved. All right. So are you living, are you just, do you live by faith? Yeah. All right. Let's see what it just means here. Dikaios or whatever it is. Righteous, observing divine laws. Wow. Ask them if they observe divine laws. They're going to say absolutely not. So how are you living by faith if you're not keeping the laws? Equitable in character or act, by implication, innocent, holy, absolutely or relatively, just, meet, righteous. Wow. Christians are done. Christians are done. Like, that's just a dagger fest. Like, I don't even know why they go to Paul anymore. Like, they can pick and choose, but ultimately it just gets bad. It just gets real bad for people that want to run to Paul. But let's keep reading. Where was that at? Oh, I only read the first verse. Okay. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he drinketh by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarged his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathered unto him all nations. Who does this sound like? We can compare it to America. And keepeth unto him all people. It says in Revelation 18. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? Who increased that which is not theirs? We talked about it earlier. The so-called white man, the Edomite. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Who knows what that means in Hebrew? Thick clay. What's a thick clay in Hebrew? I'll pull it up in a second. Long story short, it's going into debt. It's going into debt. And America's in a lot of debt. Trillions of dollars to China and all that type of stuff. Hebrews 2 and 6. Or excuse me, Habakkuk 2 and 6 in the Hebrew. Am I sharing this? Or am I sharing the other one? Oh, no, I'm sharing the other one. It's a lot. Yeah, shalom to everybody in the chat. Yeah, you got it. I'm gonna bring it up for the people though, brother Sly. H5671. Aptit. I mean, that's not how you pronounce it, obviously. Let's see what you pronounce it.
Strong's H5671. Avtit. Avtit.
Yeah, that's some modern pronunciation. I believe it's aptat. Something pledged, collectively pawned goods, thick clay. Weight of pledges, heavy debts. That's what it is. That is what it is. Debt. America is laden with heavy debt. And now you have heavy debt. Because you're in America, you have bills to pay. You might have credit card debt. You might have car, home loans, school loans. That's a debt, and that's how they get most of their money, which is not necessarily a Jewish practice, but they do use usury, which is in the law for us. But that's pretty much usury. Borrow money and you pay back interest. We're signing up for usury all the time. You know what I mean? So it's just that's what oppression breeds. Nonsense. But let's keep going. How long have we been on? 2 hours? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get done with the next 30 minutes, hopefully. Because I'm not trying to be on 3 hours. That's I was on like 3.5 hours last time. Where we at? Shall not. Oh, we already read that. Salakia. Let's read the next one. Now, keep in mind the title of the video, like I said. Are we still in slavery and does it still exist? Now, I'm bringing in the article after this, too. Deuteronomy 21:22. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, he be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hanged is accursed of God, and thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. Now, we know what happened in slavery. We were hung, and the white people didn't bury us immediately. That's a fact. Most of the time they burned us after that, or they might have burned us while we were alive. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Let me double check. I know it says it. Let me see something. I need to find this scripture real quick. So like, let me see something. So like, yeah. Is it John? Oh yeah. Um, hmm. Where does it say that that cursed man hangs on a tree? I thought it was in the New Testament. And they ate us. I mean, yes, yeah, that's true. That's sick. But yeah, that's that's some Edomite shit. But I'm trying to find this scripture. I thought Yahushua said, "Curse man and king is on a tree." Um, or am I thinking of something else? Delectable Negro. What the hell is that? Oh, it's Galatians. Yeah, Galatians says that he's quoting the law. So yeah, this is the law and hanging on a tree. And of course, we know we hung on trees. Did I have an article on that? Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. This is man, why does it look like this? Fucking New York Post. I don't need this shit. Anyways, let's read this real quick. Now this is 2020. This is U.S. News, New York Post, accredited source, June 22nd, 2020. So about 4 years ago. Recent hanging deaths of black men across the U.S. prompt investigations. Now, we know the investigations didn't get solved. But the simple fact is, if we weren't still in slavery, it wouldn't be happening. We're in America getting hung still on the slick. You feel me? So that happens to our people every so often. Sometimes they just drive by a street and kill us. You remember that story? The brother was driving by, the two white people in the car stopped, shot him down on the street. Madness. Let's see what this says, though. Multiple people of color have been found hanging in the wake of George Floyd's police death, sparking investigations amid rising racial tensions across the country. Didn't this remind you of the Kerner Commission in the 60s? We were reading that the whole time. The disturbing spate of hanging deaths have been reported in Texas, California, and New York, and all have been ruled suicides, at least initially. Wow. Because, they don't give a damn. That's why I told you earlier, like, they're not going to solve these things. They don't care about solving them. That's why it says in the Kerner Commission. Well, I think I read that part. Where is it at? Oh yeah, bad policing policies, a flawed justice system. That's first two parts of the Kerner Commission that they talked about. This is what you call a flawed justice system. They rule them as suicides. Like, really, bro? We went outside to hang ourselves? Man, please. The most recent case was reported Wednesday when a black 17-year-old boy was found hanging from a tree in the playground area on the grounds of Earnhardt Elementary School in Spring, Texas. Officers cut him down from the tree and performed CPR on the teen, who was pronounced dead minutes later. Homicide investigators were able to review school surveillance cameras and found no signs of foul play in this tragic incident. Why don't you release the footage then? The male had a history of suicide attempts, with one attempt as recently as a few weeks ago. Interesting. Well, I guess they can't show it because he's underage, but I would love to see that video. 2 days earlier, a Hispanic man was found hanging from a tree in Houston. Interesting. Residents and community leaders quickly raised suspicions about the incident, but authorities say so far there is no evidence of foul play. That's their go-to, no foul play. At that time, the medical examiners always came out and did a thorough investigation and determined it was panic and most likely by suicide. Like we believe them. Really, bro? In Southern California, Robert Fuller, 24, was black and was found hanging in a park near Palmdale City Hall early on June 10th, and his death was originally declared an apparent suicide. But last week, LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva said the death will be probed as a homicide and will be monitored by the California Attorney General Office and the FBI Civil Rights Division. All right, well, that was 4 years ago, so haven't heard nothing since. On June 9th, in New York, Dominic Alexander, 27, who was also black, was found hanging from a tree with a rope around his neck in Upper Manhattan's Fort Tryon Park around 6 a.m. A week later, the city office of the medical examiner ruled his death as suicide by hanging. All right. Police said foul play wasn't suspected in the death of Malcolm Harsh, who was found hanging near the Victorville City Library in San Bernardino, California on May 31st. The man's family initially questioned that narrative, but late last week, authorities released a video showing the man hanging himself. All right, well, hey. Brothers decided to go out. That's not good, but y'all get the gist of it. That's what captivity does to some people once them in an ill life. So can we still blame the so-called white man Edomite? Yeah, of course we can. That's what the Kerner Commission says. I'm gonna go back to the Kerner Commission every time. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this every time I talk to the white person. White society, the presidential appointed panel reported, is deeply implicated in the ghetto. White institutions created it, white institutions maintain it, and white society condones it. That's all you gotta read. They can't fight against that. Blame themselves. Where we at? Let's read the Bible. Cause we ran out of time a little bit. We already 2:12. Okay. Yeah, we got. I'm gonna try to end by 3 my time, so it's 23 minutes. So we gonna see. Oh yeah, I read that law. Here's what's gonna happen when we get right. Lord willing be that number. Nehemiah 9:27. Therefore thou deliverest them into the hand of their enemies, who vexed them, and in the time of their trouble, when they cried unto thee, thou heardest them from heaven, and according to thy manifold mercies, thou gavest them saviors, who saved them out of the hand of their enemies. Now that idiot earlier was talking about dude on the cross was saved, but no. This is salvation, being saved from your enemies, not dying on a cross. That's crazy. But, you know, that's Christianity for you. Where are we at? Let's go down some. Now, this is a prophecy by the Messiah, which that other brother said he wants to debate about, but he won't be able to answer this question. So we haven't answered who it is, you know. Jeremiah 23:5. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, means a son of David, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely, and this is his name, whereby he shall be called the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, But the Lord liveth was brought up, and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Now, this is talking about the Messiah, because the lineage of David has the kings and the rulers of the earth in the land of Israel. So, guess what? This ties into the other prophecies about the Messiah. I'm not going to touch on that because the guy wants to debate on that later, but it's easy work, honestly. It's just easy work. I'm saying I'm just reading this to read that. This coincides with our salvation being, and obviously, talk about the land of the north, which is America. We're going to be saved out of America by the seed of David and Messiah, who we call Yahushua, who only people say is somebody that's going to be born somewhere. Who knows? Or David, which is even retarded because it says David's going to raise a righteous branch, so it's going to be the seed of David. It doesn't make sense if they say it's David. Anyways, John 10 and 9. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved. Now, the brother earlier was saying something about he died. he was basically on the cross and died next to Christ, and he was in paradise. So he was saved. No, it doesn't say that. It said he was going to be in paradise, which is the spirit world. That's not salvation, sir. That's not salvation. Because the kingdom of heaven is going to be on earth. So that's ridiculous. But anyways, only people have a problem with this saying you have to go through Christ, but that's what the prophecy says as well. We have a mediator. The mediator is Yahushua. But we'll go into that in the debate. Anyways, I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. Now we can apply this several ways, but in this particular transcript, you can say this has to do with somebody that's trying to prevent you from learning the truth, teaching you false doctrine, false gospel, all those things as well, stealing your ability to receive the information and the wisdom that the Bible provides. Not necessarily Christianity, obviously, but the truth. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep, which is Isaiah 53. But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep. Now that's what happened before that. You know what I mean? Now OT only will say, "Oh, well, Christ died and we got scattered after that." Of course, that's a prophecy. But it does say Messiah or Isaiah 53, he's going to die for the people, which is what Yahushua did. But it still shows that he came and he fulfilled part of the prophecy. You know what I mean? But anyways, the hireling fleeth because he is an hireling and care not for the sheep, which is most Christian pastors today. They don't give a damn. I am the good shepherd, and I know my sheep, and am known of mine. As a father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold, and is one shepherd. Like Ezekiel 37 says, we're going to be raised up a great army with flesh on our bones and breath of life in us. That's only going to happen in the new covenant when the Yahushua comes back. You know what I mean? That's just simple. If you believe in the New Testament, like I said, it's just easy to add up and calculate on who the Messiah is and things like that based on the timeline, Daniel 9. So I think I got a couple more. Let me see. I think I got another article, but I don't want to deviate at this time. Let me see what else I had real quick. Do I want to read this? I know Chief brought this out a while ago. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to go into, but I'm just gonna read the Bible and end it off like that. Because we're Bible believers, Hold on, what's going on in the chat? Oh, never mind. I seen something else. But yeah, let's keep reading the Bible. Deuteronomy 30, which is a Christian's kryptonite. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee, and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart, with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will then turn thy captivity, take us out of captivity, and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee. And if any of thine be driven out to the uttermost parts of heaven, so it's heaven here, it's not talking about the spirit world, but anyways, from thence will Yahweh thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee, and Yahweh thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he shall do good to thee and multiply thee above thy fathers. So that's the blessing part. Let's see what it also says. And the Lord thy God will circumcise thy heart, new covenant, and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, that thou may livest. This is a great part that Christians hate. And the Lord and Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee. Who have been talking about all night? So-called white men, the Edomite. Like every other nation is going into captivity, but we know for a fact the Edomites will not be in the kingdom. They will not be surviving after 1,000 years. You know what I mean? So like, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon the enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments which I command thee this day. And the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thy hand, in the fruit of thy body, in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land for good. The Lord, for Yahweh will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy father. So this is the future prophecy that hasn't happened yet, and it's all is going to be fulfilled once we get right, keep the laws, the elect get sealed, and then destruction of this company really takes place. What side you going to be on? I'm pretty sure everybody's watching this channel, including the live. We're on the up and up. You know what I mean? Obviously, you got to clean up your act because it is Passover season too, and we are holding Passover in Atlanta, Georgia. SICARII 2024 at Passover. If you're not in SICARII, if you don't have your ticket already, you can't get one. But hey, you'll hear about it later, I guess. I think there's still opportunities to get tickets for other events. I think there's a live event as well, but I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the website in a little bit, but either way, you go to czyn.network and purchase tickets on there, not to attend the Passover, but other things if you're in town. So let's read the judgments of the nations as well. Because everybody likes to hear that, you know what I mean? Everybody likes to hear some controversy, some drama, but this is biblical prophecy. This is the Most High's word. They can't get mad at us. That's right, tribe is score. That's a fact. Where are we at? Isaiah 51:17. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord. Which has drunk at the hand of Yahweh the cup of his fury. Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. So it means we took every ounce of the Most High's punishment over time, and there's no more to give us. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she has brought forth, neither is there any that taketh her by the hand of all the sons that she has brought up. Talking about the nation of Israel and the people. These two things are come unto thee. Who shall be sorry for thee? Desolation and destruction, and the famine and the sword. By whom shall I comfort thee? So the Most High allowed all this destruction to come upon us due to our wickedness. This is Isaiah, obviously. This is 740 BC, 700 BC, around that time. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in the net. They are full of the fear of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. Therefore, hear now this: thou afflicted and drunken, but not with wine. How we drunken with the philosophy, like it says in Revelation, Stockholm syndrome at the time, not caring, not thinking about the past, not honoring your forefathers. Obviously, if you don't think you're an Israelite, then you're not going to go this route. But they're still contributing, they're still suffering. You know what I mean? So we got to show compassion on our people. Because like I said, most high can wake anybody up in the last day. Not to the fact that you can just die and go to heaven. No, that's ridiculous. But where are we at? Uh, Thus saith Yahweh thy Lord and thy God that pleadeth the cause of the people. Behold, I have taken out of thy hand the cup of trembling, so we're not in judgment no more. Even the dregs of the cup of my fury, thou shalt no more drink it again, but I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee. So they're going to get the cup. They're going to get the judgment. Just how Most High said in Deuteronomy 30. The curse is going to be poured on the heathen. They're going to receive judgment because the Lord is known by his judgment. That's the verse we started with. Which have said to thy soul, bow down, that we may go over, and thou hast laid up thy body as the ground and as a street to them that went over. So we laid our body down in slavery. We laid our body down all the way up to in the 1960s, even though we were rioting, and we're still laying our body down because we're not doing none of that no more. People are rioting for Palestine more than they rioting for Black and Hispanics to this day right now because they don't care enough. We're in America. We can eat as we please, go wherever we want for the most part. We don't think about oppression. We don't think about things like that. But if you care about your people and your history and you know the truth as far as the historical aspects, even if you're not an Israelite, it's like there's no way you can let go of that. And it also says we're allowed to have grudges against certain nations as well. So I'm holding grudges against Esau, period. You know what I mean? Let's finish this up. We are select. That's the other tab. Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, though they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup, Israel, have assuredly drunken, and art thou that he shall altogether go unpunished? Talking about the other nations or the Edomites in our particular viewpoint, because this is Jeremiah, obviously. So it says, "Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." You're gonna drink of this cup of judgment. You feel me? Because it says the cup in Isaiah, the cup of judgment is the fury of the Lord as well, and that's what they're gonna get. They're gonna feel it. And this is another popular verse that everybody should know: Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help in our watching. We have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointing of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. That's where we're at now. We're in America. And, Central South America. As long as we're not in Israel, we're amongst the heathen for the most part. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. So it's talking about the Edomites. Thou dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. So the same cup that's representing Isaiah, talking about the Lord's judgment, cup of judgment. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So obviously, this context, we know this is talking about the Israelites and the Edomites. The Edomites being the last captivity of the Israelites. That's how you know the Edomites are. We're in captivity to the white man in America and the Caribbean and Central South America. It's not that hard to get. This idiots online talking about the Edomites aren't the white people. But how do you get around this prophecy? Because their last captivity is to Edom, So either we're going to another captivity, or the Edomites are ruling as the quote unquote so-called white man. You feel what I'm saying? Are we still in slavery, and does it still exist? The answer is yes, emphatically. Now, I got 2 hours and 30 minutes. I got 6 minutes left. I'll go to 3 exactly. I'm gonna read this last article. Let me see what I want to go into. Let's go into this. Prison politics. This is from 2021, 2019. Racial disparities in California prison and jail incarceration rates. 'Cause I'm in California, and it's a pretty big state, so it's a big sample size. Black, 1349. American Indian, 934. Hispanic, 295. This is kind of crazy. There's more Native Americans in prison than Hispanics in California, well, at this particular time. Jail, which is like county jails, 727 Black people. American Indians still second, 483. Native Hawaiian, like Samoans and Tongans and all them people, 279. Hispanics, 224. That's interesting. White people, 153. Asians, 23. Prisons, Asian, 20. White people, 143. Like, whoa. We're like 10 times more than white people. This is like 7 times more or 6 times more right here on this side. This is like 10 times more on this side. And even Native Americans are 8 times more. Crazy. Like that's madness, bro. Let me find another one real quick to show y'all. Oh yeah, let's look up the cat. Well, I don't know anything to do with it, but I was gonna look up the Casual Killing Act, but let me show y'all this first because we showed this. We brought this out a while ago. 24 charge in modern day slavery operation in South Georgia, November 2021. Three years ago, less than 3 years ago. Let's see. Newly unsealed 54 count indictment in the U.S. versus Patricio et I guess that's an abbreviation. Details felony charges resulting from Operation Blooming Onion, an organized crime drug enforcement task force's investigation, the multi-agency investigation led by Homeland Security investigations and other federal agencies span at least 3 years, and the 33-page indictment documents dozens of victims of modern-day slavery while spelling out the illegal acts that brought these exploited workers into the United States and imprisoned them under inhumane conditions as contract agricultural laborers, said David H. Estes, acting U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Georgia. So basically, they had these Hispanics in slavery in Georgia a couple years ago, and they had an investigation going and indicted the people that were in charge. So, are we still in slavery? Of course. This is verbatim 3 years ago. Even before that, actually, because it was a 3-year operation, technically. You know what I mean? So they can't say the Israelites are in slavery, who we say the Israelites are. You know what I mean? So it's just like, why do people play games with with history? It wasn't when it's recent. We can look it up right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it says they smuggled in 4 nationals from Mexico, Guatemala, and Honduras under the pretext of serving as agricultural workers. So when they got there, I'm just going to abbreviate because this is the same one we read at camp. They held them at gunpoint and barely fed them. Here we go. The workers were allegedly held in cramped, unsanitary quarters and fenced work camps with little or no food, limited plumbing, and without safe water. The conspirators are accused of raping, kidnapping, and threatening or attempting to kill some of the workers or their families, and in many cases sold or traded the workers to other conspirators. That's what they did to our people, man. You think it was other Hispanics doing this or black people doing this in Georgia? No. They, of course not. It's white people. Now, this is the company, maybe, but we know white people are always at the helm of drug trafficking, sex trafficking, organ trafficking, mainly the Jewish man, too. We know that for a fact. But that is my time. It's 2 hours, 5 minutes in. It's 3 o'clock. I guess so. If somebody has a question real quick, it's fine, but I'm going to close out in a second. Y'all got about 30 seconds. It's 3 o'clock on the dot. I ain't done all day. I woke up and got right to this lesson. And Deacon's about to go live. So y'all can watch Deacon after this. No questions? All right. Well, hey. All praise to the Most High. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Lord willing, next week, the brother, what's his name? He messaged me already on Instagram. The real candy man. He wants to debate the Messiah. So I'm gonna talk to him later on today and throughout this week. We can set up a debate and go from there. Lord willing, next week, next Sunday. All praise to the Most High. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Mashak, Yahweh, Shay Shalom. Happy New Year. Happy New Moon, Israel. Shabbat Shalom. It is Shabbat today for the Lunar Sabbath keepers. Y'all be smooth.